Hey guys, John from the John Muir Show here, and yeah, one of Capitol Hill Democrats' latest stunts, it's so bad that it is drawing criticism from Capitol Hill Democrats. You see, there's an individual that President Trump has nominated to serve on the U.S. District Court in the state of Nebraska, Brian Busher. And yeah, as Mr. Busher's been going through his Senate Judiciary Committee confirmation hearings, yeah, you've had a couple of Democrat senators in particular who have really been shameful in the way they've been handling the entire matter. You got California Senator and likely 2020 Democrat presidential hopeful Kamala Harris and Hawaii Senator Mazie Hirono. And the two of them, and don't get me wrong, it's fine to go asking questions of anybody who's nominated for any position. That's their job. That's what they're supposed to do. But how about you keep those questions in bounds? See, what Senators Harris and Hirono have been focusing on is Mr. Busher's religion, because he is a member of the Catholic fraternal group, the Knights of Columbus. And you had both Senators Harris and Hirono raising questions that were completely out of bounds, tied to the man's religion and his affiliation to the religious group. You had them saying like, oh yeah, well, you know what, you're tied to an all-male religious group, and they have some, as Mazie Hirono put it, extreme positions on things like gay marriage and abortion, because as is consistent with the Catholic Church's beliefs, the Knights of Columbus, they are opposed to abortion and they are opposed to same-sex marriage. Yeah, those aren't extreme positions, Senator Hirono. There's nothing extreme about it. Sure, it's positions you may personally disagree with, and that's totally fine. You can believe whatever you want. It's a free country. But yeah, it's not extreme to say that, oh yeah, I believe what the Catholic Church has believed, what a countless number of people in this faith for, I don't know how many years have believed. It's just what goes along with that church's teaching. That doesn't make it extreme. It just, at worst, makes it something that you personally do not like and agree with. But to go out there and right away throwing these labels about how he's extreme and how he is radical, it is so disgusting. You know what I bet Senator Hirono would not have done? I bet Senator Hirono, nor Senator Harris, nor any other Democrat on Capitol Hill would have gone out there and thrown shade at any other religion aside from Christianity. And they wouldn't have thrown shade at any other religious persons aside from those who practice the Christian faith. See, there's this belief in the Democrat ranks, especially in Washington, D.C. in recent years, that it is totally fine to go out there and demonize Christianity, to mock Christianity, to demonize Christians, to mock Christians. But they say it's totally unacceptable to go demonizing any other religion, mocking people of any other faith. And they are right that, okay, with all those other faiths, those faiths should not be demonized and mocked. People should not be demonized or mocked for following and believing in those things. But at the same time, there is no exemption for any one faith or for any one set of believers. No. Christianity and Christians deserve the absolute same protections and the same respects that so many leaders in the Democrat Party have been extending to all other religions and all of the followers of those religions. You can't just say, oh yeah, we're associating one with conservatives, so yeah, screw those people, screw their religion. No, you can't do it. You have to be consistent if you want to be taken seriously going forward. So no, of course this is just because it's about the Christian faith here. And they try saying to Mr. Busher, oh well, we're not sure that you're going to fairly and impartially be able to hear cases because of your Catholic faith. Oh, really? Yeah, you see, I'm not surprised that the senators would go there, because I understand that their favorite judges and justices, the liberal judges and justices, only do one thing, and that is legislate from the bench, or at least try to. Yeah, just because your favorite judges and justices act like that doesn't mean every single one does. Because you see, a good conservative justice, they are not trying to advance the Republican Party platform from the bench. They're not trying to advance any party platform from the bench. They're not even trying to push their own views from the bench. No, what they are trying to do is do what they are supposed to do, what all judges and justices are supposed to do, and that is uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. And I have no doubts that's exactly what Mr. Busher will do as well. See, what they were doing, Senators Hirono and Harris, it was so bad that they were drawing criticism from a fellow Capitol Hill Democrat. You had Hawaii Democrat Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard writing an op-ed saying, hey, you do realize that you're imposing a religious test right now? And in that document I just mentioned, the Constitution, there's a little something about how there should not be a religious test in the United States of America. Also, Ms. Gabbard noted, and rightfully noted, that, oh yeah, if you're going to disqualify Mr. Busher because of his faith, you do realize that John F. Kennedy, somebody who's gone down as a great president in United States history, yeah, he would have been disqualified from serving in office as well. So do you really want that to have been the standard that would have been applied throughout time? I bet you don't. But, the responsible thing here for Senators Hirono and Harris would have been to say, okay, you know what? We were wrong. What we did was disgusting. We're ashamed of it. We're sorry. We won't do it again going forward. We've learned from it. I could respect that. All of us make mistakes. But what does Senator Hirono's office do? They go putting out a press release criticizing the fellow Democrat, Tulsi Gabbard, for this, trying to say, oh, she's giving in to all the far-right talking points on this. No. There's nothing far-right about saying that all religions deserve to be treated with respect, that you can't just say, no, there's an exemption. We're going to mock one religion, its believers, but not the rest. No, Congresswoman Gabbard was making complete sense, but Senator Hirono and her office, nope, they had to dig in and say they oppose it. It is just so shameful this kind of stuff goes on. Look, you don't hear me going around and mocking other faiths and mocking believers of other faiths, and in return, all I'm asking for is, hey, how about you don't mock my faith? You don't mock my fellow believers and I. It seems like a fair compromise, but sadly, some of the far-left folks like Hirono and Harris, they just do not get it, and I don't think they ever are going to get it. We might disagree with Democrats, but I am so glad there are still some reasonable Democrats out there. Tulsi Gabbard, heck, I disagree with her on certain matters, that's fine. But at the end of the day, it seems like she is a decent person, that we could still be able to have a reasonable conversation and agree that, okay, there's certain basic terms that need to be set in this country for everyone to get along. It's just incredibly sad that that's not the voice you always hear, that the voices you do always hear are the shameful people like Kamala Harris and Mazie Hirono. That's all the time that we have for today, but tune into the John Muir Show each and every weekday, 8:40 a.m. on WTAQ, 9 a.m. WSAU and WHBL. Till then, I'm out.